Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to finally say, if you don't know, I'm pregnant. As I'm filming this video, I am currently 11 weeks. It has been literally eating me alive. I've been wanting to tell so many of y'all that I'm pregnant for a while now, but I've always wanted to do a surprise for my family and my close friends before doing the big reveal. I did post on my Instagram our pregnancy announcement, so if you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I plan on doing a lot of pregnancy updates on Instagram, and eventually I would love to do a Instagram story just asking y'all to send me some questions about the pregnancy, and I would love to do a video on the main channel of all the questions that y'all sent me, and we will answer them. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel and the vlog channel. Make sure your post notifications are turned on. By the time you see this video, I'll already be in the beginning part of my second trimester. There's a lot of videos that are recorded already ready to go from the first trimester, so y'all are gonna have to see all of those. So they'll be posted on here and the vlog channel. I have a lot of work to do so y'all can be caught up on my second trimester. This video is just gonna be a story time of how I found out I was pregnant and when I found out. I don't have any video of me taking a pregnancy test or a video of telling John that I was pregnant, because we both kind of had a feeling that I could be pregnant. Anytime something new happened with my body that I've never experienced before, I would tell John. So let's go back, let's rewind. I have some notes on my phone so I can kind of make sure I'm telling the right dates and everything. So my period should have been on March 3rd, going on 3 days being late. It's late. I never once thought like, oh, I'm pregnant, because I have this thing where if something stressful is happening in my life, I don't take stress very easily, and I get extremely stressed out, and a lot of times like it'll pretty much push my period back, and I'll be like a few days late before I finally have my period. I just assumed that that was what had happened. As the days would go on, I would see more things differently about my body. My boobs were like really sore, and I tend to get soreness before my period, so I just thought, okay, well maybe that's what was happening, like my period's fixing to come down. But there was one night I went to like go on the edge of my bed to get something on the side, and instead of me getting up to go get it, I kind of just basically reached over the bed to grab it, and me being against my mattress, pressing against it, that's the first time I actually felt how painful my boobs really were. Like, yeah, that's different. It's normally never that painful. So that was one thing that I had noticed. I started to realize I was getting really tired, more than normal. If you know me, I love my sleep, but I noticed that I was falling asleep so easily and just out of nowhere. And then we went to my friend's house and they played Mario Kart, and I was just laying on the sofa, and out of nowhere I crashed. John woke me up and he's like, hey, like, you seem like you're like tired, you ready to go? And I never even felt myself getting tired. You know how you could tell you're fixing to fall asleep? I didn't even get that. I just didn't even know I fell asleep. So that was another thing that was just very weird. And then I started to notice I was eating like a lot more. I would eat something and not even like 30 minutes later I was hungry again for something else. So I was just like, yeah, that is weird. Now at this point, it's been over a week that my period haven't came down yet. And so John's like, yeah, you need to take a test. So on March 9th is when I went get a test and took it, and it came out positive, but it was so faint that you could barely see the plus sign, but it was there. So I showed John, and because I still just didn't want to believe it. Like, I was like, there's no way. So I'm showing him, and I was like, I was making any kind of excuse. I was like, oh, well, it's faint there, so there's no way I'm pregnant. It's very faint. And he's like looking at the diagram instruction thing with the pregnancy test, and it's like, even if it's the faintest positive sign, like it still means you're pregnant. I'm just assuming because we tested pretty early, that's why it was so faint. But I still just didn't want to believe it. So I was like, okay, let me get the digital one tomorrow. So we went to go get the digital one the next day and took a second pregnancy test. Just straight up said pregnant. And I was just like, oh, well, it says I'm pregnant. So I must be pregnant. So I'm looking at John, we're looking at each other, and I'm just like, wow, I'm pregnant. We always wanted to have a family. That was literally never an issue. The one thing that came to mind was, are we financially ready for a baby? I want to have the best life for this baby, you know, and I immediately started thinking, I was like, oh my god, we don't even have a house yet. You know, this was when the virus was getting even more crazy. You know, the casinos were beginning to be closed. So all the gigs that we had planned for the band are just all canceled. And it was just the feeling of just not knowing when everything will open again, if I'm going to be financially stable for a baby. So I stressed out really bad for the first 2 days just because of financial reasons. I was very stressed out. John was like, we're going to figure it out. You know, as days go by, the more I kept thinking about it, and I was like, I really need to have more faith that everything's just gonna work out. God's got us, and we're gonna be fine. And the more and more I just kept thinking that, and just trying to be positive about it. Like a few days later, I was finally okay with it. I was like, you know what, it's great. Like, we're gonna be fine. We're both gonna do whatever we can to have the best life for he or she. When I'm gonna have the baby, I will be 27, which is a pretty good number. That's basically where we're at, and this is why we've been trying to find a house. So we've been trying to find a house even before we found out that I was pregnant. We kind of have to speed up the process of finding a house, because as much as we love Gage, we really need our own space even more now, because it'll be 3 of us instead of just 2 of us. So please keep us in your prayers that we can find something soon before the baby is born, so I can start getting the nursery together and all of that. So yeah, that is pretty much, I think that's pretty much it. Make sure that y'all are subscribing to everything. I will have all the links below, the Instagram link and the vlog channel. Do that so y'all can keep up with the pregnancy. I'm excited to do all of the updates. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.